Hey guys, episode 2 of the Pentacast Podcast.
Whoa.
Yeah, everyone kind of disappeared because everyone's busy doing their own thing, so I brought the Lockmaster 1000 on to do the podcast. The other boys, Will Jensen and Isaac, all couldn't make it, so I brought Rory on.
Because it's their Betty Bars.
Yeah, pretty much. So today we're gonna explain the name of the podcast. We're gonna go through at least me and Rory's top 5 games of all time. We'll do everyone else in the other guys in another episode. We'll probably talk a bit more about the riots in America because that's kind of got a lot bigger since the last time we talked about it, which we did very briefly. After that, we'll talk about the PlayStation 5. We'll talk about 2020 halfway through. And I also want to talk about the AFL and their restart at the end, and that pretty much should do it. Just quickly, this Saturday I have a passion project video coming out on my channel about a baseball player, so if anyone's interested in that, self-promotion, yeah, that's enough self-promotion. Yeah, let's get into our first topic, which is the name behind the Pentacast. Now, people might think Penta, you associate it with a pentagon, which is like 5, right? Penta's like 5, right?
Isn't that the picture of the thing as well?
Yeah, the picture's also a pentagon.
Okay, well that's especially what I think of.
Yeah, it's probably a reason why, yeah. But yeah, the whole idea behind the Pentacast, you might be thinking, oh, there's not 5 people in the Pentacast, don't care about that. The name behind it actually comes from one of the members who can't make it today, Will. Basically, he plays League of Legends, and there's a thing called a Penta in League where you basically squad wipe the entire team for 5 kills without anyone respawning. It seems hard, I don't know, I don't play League. And he was like 1 health off getting one, and someone stole it from him. And it was really funny, when we were thinking about doing a podcast, we joked. I can't remember who it was, but someone's jokingly brought up the name like Pentacast, as like sort of just like, I guess, or like name it after like his failed Penta in League, and the name kind of stuck, and we went with it, and honestly, it works. It sounds decent. It works for a logo as well, because all you have to do is like, well, Pentagon. Yeah, it was kind of easy. when I was making the logo, I instantly. Yeah, so I feel like I'm happy with the way the name turned out, and that we've been able to brand it and all. So, that's
woohoo.
Woohoo! That's a quick description of the Pentacast and the name behind it. Yeah, now we're going to talk about me and Rory, our top 5 games of all time. This one should be a bit longer than the last one.
Probably the main topic, I'm guessing.
Other that or the PS5. So,
yeah.
we don't know each other's lists. We've all just, like, I've just said, alright, get your top 5 games in a list, so let's go through it.
Yeah, we both have notepad up, and we've written down our top 5 things, and we just did little notes about each thing we're going to do.
Yeah. Who wants to go first? Do you want to?
You take the lead.
Alright, I'll kick it off. Alright,
Take charge.
I'm gonna go 5-1, so I'll go 5, 4,
yep,
3,
makes
2, 1.
sense, yep.
Now, my 5th favorite game of all time is Call of Duty Black Ops 1. I'm a massive COD fan, I'll admit it.
Yep.
I'm a COD fanboy. And my favorite series in the game probably is Modern Warfare. Only
Modern
because
Warfare in general, or?
Like all the Modern Warfare games.
Yeah.
This is only because of Black Ops 3 and 4 and how I hate both of them, to be honest. Yeah.
Black Ops 4 didn't even have a
now, if you get rid of Black Ops 3 and 4, Black Ops is my favorite COD series. The first 2 games I completely love. And Black Ops 1 was really, really good. The campaign, oh my, it is it is such a roller coaster of a campaign, and it mentally has an effect on you which you never forget, and it's a positive effect. It's like it's mind
gets you
blowing.
with the guns, all that.
It's mind blowing. Like this,
Literally,
it's more
you
the
shot
actual
people's
story.
brains out.
It's more the story and how well written the story was. It is really good. The multiplayer was also amazing. The zombies was pretty good as well. Just everything about it turned out really well, and that's probably why Black Ops 1's my 5th favorite.
Yeah, that was my first COD game ever. Back in like 2013 or something like that, and I loved it.
Came out 2010, I think.
Actually, sorry, wait. Did we want to go like you do 5, then I do my 5, then 4, or do we just because
All right. What's your 5?
Alright, well, before I start, I gotta mention that I only took like 5 minutes into all of this, so...
Same.
So honestly, these might not be my top 5 if I really thought about it. I'm sure like half of these wouldn't even be on here. And I haven't numbered these specifically because I really don't know. But I'm going in terms of which ones I had the most fun with, like solo, or with my friends. So, you know what's going to happen. Number 5 is Fortnite. I'm sorry. I know everyone's cringing,
as much as we hate
it's true.
Fortnite in its prime was pretty good.
Fortnite in its prime was amazing with friends.
Now, the prime, if you're asking, for me personally, it's probably like Season 2 to probably Season 5.
Yeah,
Season 5 at the time was bad, but looking back, it wasn't even that bad.
Season 3 is when I started playing like a tiny bit more. I think I started playing Season 1 or 2, but I didn't really like it back then at all. Yeah. So I only played like 2 games. But yeah, so I started playing properly in Season 5. Got the first Battle Pass Season 5. And it's just we've all seen it grow, obviously.
It came out everywhere, really.
Yeah. And yeah, when I first played it with my friends, it was a really good time. I don't remember it, but I'm sure it was amazing.
We've put hours into that. We
put money into it. Hours and money into it.
Yeah.
I don't know how much.
I think for me, the part that probably like ruins Fortnite was after like probably the later seasons.
Yeah.
That was probably like after that. That's probably where it dried it out, and
Yeah. Alright, we're just talking about this like the whole thing of Fortnite now, so let's go. Let's keep going.
Alright, GTA 5 is my number 4.
Nice.
Simply because I'm alright. You might be able to tell from Black Ops 1, but I love a good story in a game. It's probably, especially in a single player, it's what I look for most, is the story. After that, it's probably gameplay after the story. But the story means a lot to me, and GTA 5's story was really good. And
have you played it personally?
Yes, I played it.
Yeah.
I played the campaign a lot of time, like the story a lot of times. And I like the fact that you're able to really, the ending. I like how you're able to pick it. I'm not going to say what they are because it sort of kind of spoils the game. But the most popular ending and the one most people choose is the best one.
Oh, okay. I just took my headset off so I didn't hear it because I thought you were actually going to spoil it, but I heard it.
Yeah, but the ending, it's the most popular option, is the best one. Okay, this is.
Yeah. Not even gonna lie, I didn't even know you actually had played GTA before.
No, I played it way too. I've played a lot of, and even like, I haven't played much online. Surprisingly, most of my GTA experience is in the single player.
Yeah,
just stuffing around. Like once you finish the game, there's like doing up cars, like driving around and stuff.
Honestly, mine's like the opposite of yours. Mine are all from like multiplayer.
Yeah,
basically. Because I love multiplayer things. It's great.
GTA 5
I love
just like
campaign and stuff like that too. But,
there's a reason Rockstar has been able to. I saw a meme today. It was like from 2001 to 2008, Rockstar made Vice City, San Andreas, GTA 3, and GTA 4, and in 8 years, 2013 to 2021, which obviously it's probably because no games have been announced for 2021. It's all GTA 5. They've milked it, but you can see why. It's like
to this day, it's still amazing.
Yeah, like the graphics still to this day look amazing, and And
it's
that's
still,
like how big the map is too. How you're able
yeah,
to get all that
no one,
detail from it.
no one realizes how, like, especially us because we don't live there, but like a lot of that is actually like pretty identical to some
To
of the stuff in real
LA, yeah, because it's mainly set around LA.
But no one actually like really thinks about that anymore. Like when they just play and they just like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a thing that they made, but then you realize that
I
it's
think
real.
about
It's
LA a bit because like I think I
baseball.
see it as LA. No,
Oh,
that's one thing I miss. I wish I had was like the baseball stadiums. But apart from that,
yeah.
um, they do have a baseball field in the South Central area, or
Oh, yeah.
what's supposed to be the Compton area of
Yeah.
GTA 5. But yeah, they do. It's just such an in-depth game. GTA 6, I think, is a guarantee to be at least hopefully better. If it's not, then Rockstar is gonna cop it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's
all
sure.
these years without a GTA game, and it's not even better than the last one. They're gonna cop
But-
it big time.
But even if that, like, it's not like no one's gonna. It's not like people are gonna stop playing GTA 5.
Yeah, I think even when GTA 6 comes out, a lot of people will still play GTA 5.
Yeah. Not just because people can't afford the next one or whatever. It'll just be because like it's still a great game no matter what.
And just nostalgia for it. Yeah, yes, the
I reckon-
online, like the microtransactions might be a little scummy, but like,
I reckon they're just gonna try way too much
yeah,
or something, and that's the only reason why we'll get like old.
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm surprised they're still able to add new stuff to that game. But
Yeah.
really, with a game like GTA 5, it's pretty much endless. Alright.
Yeah. All right.
Time for
Now
your
to me.
number 4.
So my number 4 is a game called Garry's Mod,
Gmod.
also known as Gmod. It is on Steam. It is a laptop.
I'm pretty
or
sure
computer
everyone knows
game.
what Gmod is, Rory.
I mean, not everyone, but like,
Most people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you're like me, which honestly, most likely you probably are, you found out what Gmod is from a person called Venos Gaming. You know, all that. I'm not going to get into it. You know, used to make great Gmod content and stuff like that. And I wanted it for years until I finally got it. And oh my god, dude! Like I spent hours just on Sandbox by myself, just doing whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm not even that creative when it comes to Gmod. Like I don't like I'm not like the one who makes cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or makes maps or anything. But I still had so much fun, just like 360 NPCs.
Just like stuffing around, really.
Yeah, really. And then when I met some of my friends or whatever, and I found out people who had Gmod, I started playing with Jensen mainly, and we started playing horror maps, which was great. That was fun. So just playing sandbox servers, anything like that. It was awesome.
I think it's similar to Minecraft, which hint one of us will definitely bring that up because
Yeah.
it's similar to Minecraft Gmod, where it's like it's like its capability is sort of endless.
Yeah.
With the stuff you can do in it, because
Yeah.
it's like it's sandbox, right?
Because like if people still put like as much effort as there is if at like than they did at the peak of the game, with like when people made a bunch of add-ons, which if you don't know, they have add-ons to make the game better or whatever,
like mods and stuff.
That fans of the game make or whatever.
Yeah.
But like if they went back to the peak of when like add-ons were being created, I reckon they could still keep this game golden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Number 3 for me.
Number 3.
I kind of hinted toward it just then. Number 3 is Minecraft, which
3.
Do I really have to explain why Minecraft is like one of the best games of all time?
No, but we should.
Alright, let's do it.
Quick 1 minute.
There's alright. There's really 2 major game modes, right? In just a single player. This is just single player I'm gonna go over. I'm guessing you have Minecraft on yours?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll talk about multiplayer for you, so we have something to talk about.
Yeah.
Creative mode is probably my mode over the years. A lot of people prefer survival. I've always sort of been the creative mode sort of guy. I've built pretty much every like thing I wanted to actually be built in real life on there. I remember back in the days I started out on Pocket Edition, and I had a massive city world on there. To no one's surprise, I built stadiums on that world.
I'm sure it wasn't a city, but
it was a city. It had like big roads, a big mansion made of obsidian right in the middle, some skyscrapers, a big lake.
So you put effort into it.
Yeah, I had that world for about probably 2 years, more than that.
Yeah.
Even going back to like before I had the official Minecraft, the light version, on my iPad, it was my iPod Touch, I think. I had a light, because in Minecraft Lite, right, you could only have one world, and like it didn't save. Yeah. Your world didn't save, and I had the same world going. I would not I didn't close it for about a month, and I had actually built some cool things on there. And I think my mum turned my iPod off and it got rid of it. So I lost it after about a month, and then I eventually got the full thing on there. And then it was probably about 2015 or 2014. I moved to Java, and
never looked back.
That's probably where my multiplayer experience started. Was on Java.
Yeah.
I don't remember playing much normal like single player back then on Java. Obviously now it's changed. I think my creative and single player stayed on Pocket Edition even while I had Java, because I remember me and my stepbrother, probably 2016, we built like a massive AFL stadium, which we spent a full year on it. Like whenever I would go over to his house or he came over to mine, we worked on it, and it took us about a year to make, and it was amazing. We've already spoke about Fortnight, but we actually ended up remaking it on Fortnite in creative mode on there. So,
I remember that video.
Yeah, we went on to remake the stadium and improve it a bit on there. But I just have so many, and in survival mode, I've had so many good worlds on survival, just like having a lot of fun on survival. But I've mainly been a creative guy, but I have played my fair share of survival. Alright, that's just single player. We're saving multiplayer for you.
Yeah.
Alright, your turn, number 3.
Alright, my number 3 now, I can't really say much because it also is Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh yeah.
The
multiplayer, we didn't really cover that in mine.
Yeah. Once again, I started loving GTA from 2 YouTubers. One being Venos Gaming, and 2 from someone that everyone should know, Smosh Games, or just Smosh in general. I watched that playlist so many times. Literally watched that playlist this year, like in isolation, in quarantine. Bro, it's amazing, alright? And I only recently was able to get the game.
Oh wait, so you hadn't played it all these years?
Yep, and I've been fanboying it for years. Honestly,
I've had it since like I remember I probably first played it 2014 or 2013.
Not gonna lie, I probably cried multiple times because my mum said I couldn't get it. Probably, honestly, I don't remember, but probably. But dude, I was so excited when I first got it. Like literally this year, literally this year. During isolation. Yep.
I've played it. So I've been able to play it since I was like 8.
But even though I didn't, get that time that most people have, it is still amazing, and I still play it every now and then. I mean, not every now and then. I used to. Oh yeah. I played more online on that. I played with my friend a bit on there. And yeah, I'm not going to keep going with that because
you've probably got a similar situation. I nearly put TF2 on my list because I love TF2, but I hadn't played much of it. I only got into it this year, so yeah. I nearly put TF2 on though. But I don't think I've played as much compared to all these other games. Alright, my number 2 is something no one else will have on their number 2, And these next two games I've played for nearly a decade. One
Okay.
of them I can't anymore because I don't have it. But this one I have played since I was 5 years old. It is as old as me. All right, came out in 2005. It's a part of a series that started in 1991. I want you to have a guess.
It's gonna be Halo.
No, Halo started in the 2000s, and I'm a COD fanboy. It's
Wow.
Civilization 4.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think the first Civ I ever played was Civ 5 when it first came out, and I couldn't really get it. I didn't really like it. And then when I got Civ 4, it was love at first sight, because I played the game literally yesterday, and I play it probably at least once a week. I love Civ 4, man. If you know what Civilization is in general, it's basically you take an empire from the ancient times till you have nuclear weapons and you go to space, and it's like randomized maps. You go up against like historical leaders and stuff. I'm pretty sure most of you would have heard of Civ. It's a kind of it's still a popular game.
Is it
especially
what's
Civ
available?
6. It's on. I think the latest one, Civ 6, is on like Steam. It was free on Epic Games not long ago. I think we talked about that in the last podcast.
First podcast.
Yeah, in the first one we talked about. I mentioned Civ 6 is free on Epic Games at the time.
Go watch that. Go watch the first one.
It's on Switch, I'm pretty sure. It's on mobile, but most every Civ player plays it on PC because that's what the smart people do. But I have played Civ 4 for way too long. Now Civilization's format is like turn based, right? It's always been turn based. Now there's all tiles and stuff. In Civ 5 and 6, the newer games, it's like a hexagon for the tile, but in the old games it's a square. And many consider that Civ 4 to be the greatest Civ of all time. I agree. And many say it's because they completely mastered the square format. They couldn't improve it, so that's probably why they switched to a hexagon. It's hard to explain what I love about Civ 4, because I love everything about it. From the soundtrack, which I'm pretty sure the theme song is one of the only, if not the only, video game song to win a Grammy. I'm
Really?
not kidding about that. I'm pretty sure it won a Grammy. The gameplay itself is this. You can either be a complete sweat and have a bunch of fun, or you can just completely chill out and have a bunch of fun. The soundtrack, apart from one of the songs winning a Grammy, is also excellent. The narration is excellent. The graphics to this day still are kind of cool. They still look good to this day.
They're still hot.
Like, they don't look realistic, like the graphics.
Yeah.
But they still look nice. It
holds up.
Like a good
Yes,
game.
it holds up. Yeah.
Especially for 2005.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just everything about it I completely adore. It's the perfect Civ game for me, personally, and for a lot of people. If you've never played a Civ game, I highly recommend it. And if you want the ultimate experience, Civ 4.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. I only think I found out about Civ this year, honestly.
And then
that would be from Caleb or Josh.
It was probably me.
Probably. Actually, it might have been Will even.
Yeah, I think I did get Will into it for a bit.
Yeah, but I have seen what it is.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like my type of game, but I'm sure I'll someday cross paths with it or something.
I mean, they usually release a new game every 5 or so years. Like Civ 4, 2005. Civ 5 was about 2011 or 2010, and then 5 years later, 2016 was Civ 6. Civ 7's coming out in a few years, boys. Might not realize it because Civ 6 is starting to smash out DLCs and expansions and stuff. And by the way, the expansions in Civ 4 were amazing. They actually added some really good things. I need to stop rambling about it, do I? Alright.
Yeah.
Your turn for number 2.
Alright. Well, I couldn't narrow it down, so I just said every COD game I've played.
Every single one.
That would be this. It's very fast. I'm just saying. Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 4, Modern Warfare Remastered, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare, the new one that came out
He's
last
already
year.
said Modern Warfare 4.
Yeah, no, I meant Modern Warfare, the new one.
Yeah. Did you ever? Have you ever played Black Ops 2?
Very, very slightly, like
Alright,
one
cool,
game.
you've at least played it. I've played way too many games.
Yeah. Don't really know what to say. I'm more of a multiplayer man myself when it comes to Call of Duty. Sorry, World War II. I also played World War II.
I'm just gonna say this: you've made this your number 2, but you haven't even played the 2 best COD games in my opinion. Well, you've played one of them.
Oh, sorry,
like, multiplayer wise, you haven't played the best 2. I feel bad.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so I liked the multiplayer in some of those. I had fun playing with friends on that plenty of times. On Black Ops 3. That was the one where I legitimately fell in love with Call of Duty. I know Black Ops 3. People crap on it or whatever.
The campaign was terrible. The zombies was probably the best. The zombies is the thing I'm crazy for. Yeah. It's probably the best zombies.
But back then, I didn't really play zombies that much. I always played like multiplayer with my friends, or even just did custom games with them, and we played like hide and seek. And I had so much fun. That's when I met like a group of friends, and like we always like hopped on a call and just played for hours, dude. It was great. But yeah, that's really all I can talk about for COD.
Alright, you ready for my number 1?
Number 1.
I kind of hinted toward it then, and I think Rory, you already know the answer to it. Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2. I've got way too many memories with this game, like just way too many. I remember I probably got the most hours. Actually, no, I've probably put the more hours in Civ 4, mainly because I haven't been able to play Black Ops 2 recently. Black Ops 2's multiplayer is the best in the franchise. It is the best in the franchise. The maps are amazing. Now you could argue Modern Warfare 2. I'm more of a Black Ops 2 person, to be honest. How do I explain? It's hard to explain Black Ops 2. It's one of those games where you have to play it to really see how good it is. Because it plays so smoothly. You can be a sweat and have a bunch of fun in ranked, and you can also just have a stuff around and have so much fun. Hell, I remember I was terrible at COD back in the day with my stepdad, right? And he'll just completely demolish me. I think it's the only game ever where I had fun losing. Like, every other game, losing is just terrible. It just ruins the game sometimes. But it's the only game where you can have so much fun losing.
Yeah.
It's that kind of game. The campaign is amazing. It takes Black Ops 1 and then makes it better. It improves Black Ops 1's campaign. It has a better story. The dialogue's probably worse. That's the only thing that's worse. But apart from that, Black Ops 2's campaign was amazing. The zombies, you can say what you want about Transit. I don't mind Transit. A lot of people hate it. But the DLC maps for zombies were really good. Just everything about it. It had the best Nuketown, by the way. You could argue maybe the Black Ops 1 Nuketown. No. Black Ops 2 Nuketown is probably the most iconic, in my opinion. It's the most iconic. Yeah, everything about Black Ops 2 I just love. And every time I see Black Ops 2, my eyes just light up, and it's like, it's kind of bad how much I like Black Ops 2. Like, it's worrying.
Yeah. Alright,
your turn, number 1.
Number 1. hate doing that. Well, obviously, I haven't said it, and I have said that I have it in my list. It is Minecraft.
Yep.
Number one. It's once again. There's no way it can't be on the list. If I had a top 10, still be on number one. Obviously, because top 5. Just realized that didn't make sense, but you know. I'm just gonna. I know we said we were gonna do multiplayer. But I'm really quickly, just touch on. You're not. I'm just gonna say you're not a proper fan until you've played like almost every single like version, like light. Just you know.
Light console,
Pocket edition,
Pocket Edition, console, and PC.
Just Java, anything.
I have played all 3, by the way.
You have to You have to play all of them. I remember the first, I first played it on Pocket Edition because obviously most likely most people would have started Pocket Edition, then fell in love with it from there, and then realized it was poo poo after they played it on Xbox 360 or whatever.
Yeah, I had it on PS3.
I had it on PS3 as well. I used to be a PS boy. But I played on PS3. My first ever world I made was creative. I think it was called I'm Your Leader. And I made this huge house, which looks terrible, but honestly, if I could remake it, I would 100%. A huge house. And when you went through the entrance, there was like a stone pool. There was a stone pool. And in the pool is lava, and then obviously you have the little line, the sign trick, where you put the signs underneath, and then you fall into water. And then there's this little green standard room, and that's really all it was. But this long-ass hallway in the entrance, and I had so much fun. I don't know why this makes me sound like a terrible kid, but I loved to spawn in a bunch of villagers, and then spawn in so many zombies, and just watch them run. It was amazing. And I had upstairs and everything.
I think everyone has a Minecraft world that they wish they could bring back. For me, it's probably my Pocket Edition City world I was talking about earlier. After that, or the massive stadium me and my stepbrother built. Yeah.
But yeah. So then I don't remember my first survival world, but I would still want to take it back just to see how bad I was. Because there's no way someone is good at the first one they play unless you always just played that one. But but most likely you hadn't always played that one. But I would love to see how far I got in there. I bet you I wouldn't even got iron. I'm telling you now, I would not have gotten iron. I remember I tried to create the Big Bang Theory apartment in creative. I also tried to make the Simpsons house, which I was proud of at the time, but it was terrible. Probably try to make some more stuff. Probably try to make a city. Didn't go well, probably.
Everyone's made a city.
Yeah, everyone's always fantasized about having a city and then doing like your own role play or something in a whatever. So multiplayer. I started playing multiplayer on Xbox One. When the first one it was a creative world, and I called it the community world. Generic name, but you know, gotta do it. And it was just where me and my friends built houses, all different houses. I was that like happy for this because I remember when I had it on PS3, I could never understand how you would get people to play with you, and I had a problem for years. And then out of nowhere, I was just playing a creative world by myself, and someone said someone joined the game, and I freaked out. I was so happy. I went nuts. I literally went to my mom and said, "Oh my god, someone just joined my world!" And to the day, I loved it. But yeah, so I made this community world where I was that excited for everyone who joined. I had a new person once a week at least, one person a week, I swear. And I had signs. I still have this world, and I had signs of every single person's name that joined my thing. And it was so annoying having to rewrite their names because I didn't want to have to because I had 4 names on each sign, so I had to keep running their names back. So that was annoying. But bro, I literally had 10 signs, and that's 4 names per sign. So that's a lot of people who joined. and I had so many, yeah, and I had so many houses, and oh my gosh, it was just such a fun experience because not only was people joining my world and playing with me and just talking, but it's also now some of my old friends from Xbox, which I used to play with all the time, also on Black Ops 3. I know, quite a difference, Minecraft, Black Ops 3, but yeah, but then the multiplayer really stepped up last year, or maybe even 2018, maybe actually, when Will started a server.
That was last year.
Last year,
We,
yeah, I thought so.
I think the last time I played in that server was probably a month ago when I just hopped on to see what happened.
Yeah. So this one was called. Actually, no, we actually had one before that. That was 2018, I think. No, probably not. We had plugins. Not like any like unfair ones. We had like, I mean, at the time, at the start of this server, we had it so you can change the name of the spawners and then have whatever one. So
nah, I think this was the original one, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is the original one.
That was 2019 still.
That was 2019? Yeah, okay, it was early 2019. I remember Isaac said happy birthday to me, and there was a picture of us on my staircase at my house. But yeah, that was, I think, yeah, I still remember the day that we found out. Will wanted to fight the Ender Dragon.
Yeah, we got so angry about that.
It literally feels like it wasn't even that long ago, literally. I remember being upset.
It's only a year ago, really.
That, so Will, I'm pretty sure he forced our friend Isaac or Jensen. I think it was one of them. Isaac, he forced Isaac to help him fight it, and no one obviously was looking at their messages from him or something, so no one hopped on. So they just fought it, and then they told everyone, and we all found out at different times, but we were all so upset and annoyed at it.
This was only last year, man.
I mean, it was more than a year ago now, but it was still, bro, literally, I remember it like so much. I literally just thought about it, and I was like, wow, that was not long ago.
Yeah.
But but then it really stepped up the next one we made, which is still the latest one we have, which we don't play anymore. But
everyone sort of just hopped off Minecraft in general.
Yeah. So it first started with me and Will. Me and Will hopped on this world. Us two first. It was called Movcraft.
The first one was also
for the people who came over from Challenger 365. You'll know
get the
Mob
reference.
That was a clan Caleb made. And
Fortnight.
And it's a survival world. Both of these were survival worlds, obviously, as you could tell. And that this was the first thing when I not only found out so much more about Minecraft and learned that I had so much more skill than I thought, and also this is like the furthest I've gone in Minecraft ever.
Yep, especially with that massive strip mine of yours.
Yes, I was known at the start of the server for like a couple months. I was known as the richest person on the server, like literally having a stack of diamonds than everyone else.
And then everyone went mining again, and everyone caught up to you in about a matter of 2 days.
Yes, my strip mine felt like it was 10,000 blocks. Turns out it was only 1,000 actually.
It's still a lot of blocks.
It's still a lot of blocks.
Mine's probably bigger than yours now.
Yeah.
Because recently I've went back and just went and bought.
But we had fully diamond stuff and all that.
Had about 5 mending villages.
Yes.
We still don't have one. It got killed again. The amount of villages we've lost went through in this world, man.
We did actually when I don't know if everyone's seen it. But like when we first started, me and Will we dug down from spawn, which was in a swamp, and we found a ravine. And we just dug that out and lived there for a bit, and then we adventured and we found a village. Then that's when we started to build there.
And you converted the village.
Yes.
Is it the same swamp I live in now than I've lived in throughout the entirety of the server?
No. That was like. It's like
the original spawn's ages away, isn't it? Yeah.
Luckily, we had plugins for that too, just like TP/Kiss, all that.
The TP is a lifesaver, man.
Yeah, literally. So many times I've had to TP before I got burnt alive.
For me, it's the opposite. I'll run out of torches and then...
I'm gonna speed it up because this has gone on for ages. Yeah, it was just really fun. I really wish we could start another one, but I don't have the patience to play Minecraft anymore, sadly. And yeah, that's top 5 things.
Yeah.
Us.
Well, originally we were going to talk about the riots and then take a break, but I feel like we should take a break now and then talk about the rest of the stuff.
Sounds good.
I mean, the podcast is already going to be longer than the other one.
Yeah.
We've spent about half an hour talking just about the top 5 games, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to take a break, guys. We'll be about probably 5
1
seconds.
second.
Yeah.
Yep.
For us, we'll probably be like 5 minutes. I know.
Welcome to YouTube.
Alright, cool. We'll be back. Alright, so guys, we're back from our break, and we're going to talk about the riots in America. Last time we talked about it, there were no riots. Actually, no, they were just starting. About that, they were just starting last time. And now, it got pretty full on in these past 2 weeks, where the entire country was pretty much almost a war zone. It got pretty bad. But I think from now on, definitely, the issue should be treated a lot better.
It should be dying down, hopefully.
It's already starting to die down, but
yeah.
Hopefully the message has been spread and everyone, I think from here, it will definitely be a better life, hopefully, for people of color. Hopefully this does, like, the message is all positive and everything turns out good, where and the message is put out there, and because it got pretty full on. Did it need to get that full on?
No.
It shouldn't have had to, but the sad truth is it probably did need to for the message to spread. That's the sad part about it, but it's sort of a tricky subject to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to spend too much time on it because, to be honest, I don't really know much about it still. I definitely know more than I did last time. Because last time was just an emerging story. Now it's taken the world by storm, and it's sort of died back down now. So
yeah.
You have any
all I'm gonna say is that I also haven't been keeping up with it too much.
Yeah, I think after the first big wave of the riots, I think that's when. Yeah.
The main stuff I had seen is just from Twitter.
Yeah. And
just seeing like some of the cops, bro. Some of the cops are just like going too far. So I just saw I saw a horse, a policeman on a horse just trample someone over, and they weren't doing anything. They weren't even looking in the direction.
At the same time, there have been some pretty bad things rioters have done, from looting stores to innocent cops who have done nothing.
But there's literally. It's been on the news because it's that bad.
Yeah,
you would have seen it. Everyone would have seen it, honestly. But these cops push over this old guy, and he lands on his head, and he starts bleeding.
Yeah, I think this will probably be one of the. This is definitely one of the bigger things from 2020, and that's something big to say because this year lots happened. I think the biggest things that people remember from this year is probably Corona and this. These are probably the two biggest things so far. And these are huge.
Australia's had the worst, honestly, at the moment. It seems because, like,
America's
I don't mean.
got the worst.
Well, okay, sorry. I wasn't thinking about so the protests are worse over there, but I mean like
I was worse over there.
I was talking about the bushfires in Australia.
They've sort of they've sort of been pushed sort of to the side a little bit. That's that's how crazy this year's gotten.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about the year later on. Let's talk about something, I guess, more positive that's happened this year. And very recently, the PlayStation 5 has been revealed, and it looks like a Wi-Fi router. It looks like a white trench coat, and it looks.
What memes have seen, it looks like Eva from WALL-E.
It also looks like Eve from WALL-E. But no, I actually like the design of it. The controllers, they've been revealed for a while. I still think, they look too much like Xbox controllers.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
There's literally memes
There's
literally memes of people saying looking up Xbox controller and then just like moving the buttons around.
Yeah, it intrigues me because I've always preferred PlayStation controller design. It's always fit better in my hand, to be honest.
Yeah,
The biggest problem with me and Xbox is how the joystick, like one joystick's up more, where PS4 is just. I don't know. I've always preferred the PS4 controller design. And it's kind of sad to see it turn into an Xbox controller, even though that's what a lot of people who prefer PS4 say. They'll say the whole controller just feels better, plays better. But I will say it does look good. Everything does look pretty good. That's looks wise. Now the actual console. I didn't notice about it today because it's sort of been pushed aside by all the other stuff. I just want to quickly say, apparently there's gonna be a digital version.
Oh yeah, we have only found this out while we were planning for this.
Yeah, while researching.
This could be a lie. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I just don't care.
It's just it's pretty much just a PS5 Google Stadia, from what I can see, but. I would rather get the actual console.
Yes.
But we got to see some pretty cool things. I think we've seen some games revealed. Is Last of Us 5 gonna Last of Us 2 gonna be on PS5? I'd assume so.
I'm sure they're gonna make a remastered because it's not gonna come out in time for the thing because it's coming out.
They'll probably make a PS5 version. I'd say.
As of recording, which is the 14th of June, 2020, Last of Us 2 is supposed to still come out in 5 days, which is the 19th.
Yeah.
Which I'm so excited for. I really want to get that, even though I don't play PlayStation 4. My brother has one, so I'm definitely going to try and get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so I looked up games for the PS5. There's an Assassin's Creed coming out. There's apparently the new Rainbow Six.
What? That's not.
It's called Rainbow Six Quarantine.
Sure. Oh no! I think that was like a thing in.
It might be a siege. It might be a siege.
Yeah, I think that was something
add-on or something. That'll be cool. Yeah. That'll be cool to have a new.
Yeah.
Alright. I think one game we do know GTA 5 is making it to its third console. Which is pretty cool.
Sorry, I just looked up Tom Clancy. Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm guessing Cyberpunk definitely will be
some big news.
Definitely Cyberpunk. You'd think, unless it. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows? We don't know what things are going to be released.
I'm looking it up. There's apparently rumors of a new Silent Hill game and a new Metal Gear Solid game. Imagine if they did that. That would be huge, especially a new Silent Hill game.
Yeah.
That would be huge. But yeah, the PS5 looks really promising. Hopefully, I just hope there's backwards compatibility. I want Black Ops 2 on the PS5. That'll be amazing. But honestly, so far, I think the consoles are probably dead even. I'm gonna be real. The console war is this so far. It's even.
Honestly, it's not even. It's just stupid. Just stop comparing.
Arguing about consoles.
Listen, I know. I still go against it or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's just me kidding around. I say Xbox is better, but that's just because that's my preference or whatever. And
everyone has a preference, but I'm a PlayStation boy personally.
No one has the actual answer.
Yeah.
And if you do, tell us all. Yeah.
Yeah. The only problem is we don't have a price for it.
Yeah. All I gotta say, I haven't seen much about PlayStation 5, so I'm not gonna say too much.
I think
honestly, myself, I'm not gonna get it probably because
I might end up getting it.
yeah, if I'm gonna save up for either of them, I'm getting the Xbox because I'm gonna stay an Xbox boy.
If I'm getting one, it's gonna be a PS5.
I want a mini fridge. I want Wally. Honestly, I know this is gonna be it's really annoying that it's gonna be like this, but I'm gonna call mine Wally.
I mean, Wally does open up when he has his little like trash making thing.
And he also where he stores his boot with the plant.
So it's sort of like a fridge, I guess.
It's iconic.
It's sort of like a fridge.
Wally's iconic now.
I feel like the PS5 though. I reckon both consoles are looking pretty good so far.
I mean,
I'm just waiting for PC 2.
PC 2.
I'm just waiting for PC 2, to be honest.
Imagine if there was a thing called PC 2.
Honestly, like, get like all the big companies, like get Alienware, get goddamn Corsair.
Just give us the NASA computers, bro. Just give us that stuff.
Get NASA, right? Get Alienware, get goddamn Corsair, get Asus, get literally what am I missing? MSI.
Yeah.
You get my point. Just get every single like top of the range gaming like PC developers.
And in the future, release every single game on every single console.
And make PC 2.
Yeah, and release every single game that's like a PS4 exclusive or Steam exclusive. Turn them all into every single console. That'd be great.
That would be cool.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Microsoft. Thank you,
playing Uncharted on the Xbox.
Thank you, Steam. Thank you, everything.
No, it would be like playing Uncharted on the Xbox and playing Halo on goddamn PS4.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
It wouldn't feel right though, I reckon.
Just wipe our memories
like
from the time
Halo
before.
on a PS4 wouldn't make sense.
Just wipe our memories from the time before with that.
Yeah.
Anyways, I got off
Uncharted,
track.
I think Uncharted on Xbox feels right, but Halo on PS4 doesn't.
Yeah. Anyways, we get off track. Let's continue with 2020 from now.
Alright. That's pretty much it for the PlayStation 5. We're halfway through 2020.
Yes.
Is
more than
pretty much the middle. Yeah, basically the middle of June. Tomorrow, is the 15th. That will be the middle of June. The middle of the year is tomorrow.
Okay. To be fair, it is 12:35 a.m. and it's the 14th. So.
Yep. Yes. You get the point. Yeah, pretty much we're halfway through the year, almost dead even, and a lot of people are calling it one of the worst years of all time, and
which isn't exactly wrong.
It isn't exactly wrong. We started off the year with
for Australia,
and that was pretty big worldwide too. Like a bunch of donations. There were a few US helicopters crashed. I know that.
Yeah,
and as Australians, especially like. It was sort of scary, I will say.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't think too much of it because obviously when you hear about it,
remember when we had some fires near us? I'm not going to say where.
Oh yes, I did.
We did have some fires close to us, but
yes, I forgot about that completely.
Yeah, the man.
That just shows.
After that, we had World War III. Everyone's forgot about that.
Yeah,
almost had.
Again, it was the bombing and it killed the Iraq leader or something.
Yeah, Iran got pretty good.
Yeah.
After that was really when coronavirus picked up.
Mm-hmm.
And that sort of.
And also, sorry, this wasn't exactly this isn't a crazy thing, but it hit a lot of people hard. Kobe Bryant's death.
Yeah. That's definitely one to bring up. Rest in peace. Especially as a sports fan. I'm not really the biggest basketball fan, but
yeah, I've heard you crap on that a lot.
Definitely from a sports perspective and seeing...
You know how much you can get attached to these people, even though you don't see them.
Especially with the type of person Kobe was. He's one of those athletes or celebrities that everyone liked.
Yeah.
There's probably some people who follow the sport who they have a reason to dislike him.
He'll be one of those people where if he did something bad, like Michael may or may not have done, Michael Jackson, people would still love him even though he has or has not done anything.
Yeah.
Whatever.
sort of like as well, like it's especially interesting. Like Kobe's legacy is probably going to be better than Michael Jordan because everyone's a little bit after the Last Dance because apparently he was lying for the show and stuff. But
what? Well, I don't know about that, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, that will come another day. But
yeah,
that one. Honestly, a lot of that's sort of been forgotten about too, which is that
Once
really,
again,
that
that's terrible. And also,
that shouldn't have been forgotten about.
Sorry, we're not thinking about it. Even his daughter as well, and also the helicopter pilot as well. Everyone included in the crash. Rest in peace.
That month, January.
Was that January?
That was January.
Wasn't it February?
Nah, it was late January. It was like 26th or the 28th, I think.
Oh. All right.
It's one of the even days in the 20s. I was gonna say January is probably the best month. Now you remind me of bushfire. That was when bushfires were at its peak. Kirby. That's when coronavirus popped up. I think the one month where it's sort of been a lot more chilled out was February.
Yeah, honestly, was that just the World War III stuff?
That was when everything from January, like the bushfires, and World War III, like the world events, sort of died down, and coronavirus sort of was coming up. That mainly hit hard in March. February was probably the more chilled out one, but it was still pretty bad.
Yeah,
March and April were just Corona, and May it started to die down a little bit, but it still hasn't.
Okay. All right, let's be honest. May was literally May, and so April and May were the two things where everyone was probably all quarantined for the entire time of those 2 months.
And then not July, June, we've had this the whole riots going on, coronavirus,
and then we've also had people returning to schools, which we have done.
Not too bad, honestly. It's probably I've been okay.
A lot better than remote learning. Yes, and I'm sure a lot more people are excited about that as well.
Yeah, it sort of died down for Australia, anyways. But with all the stuff that's happened the past few days, it probably won't. The riots and it's just. 2020 has not been a good year. If I have to rate it out of 10, I'm going to be honest, it's a straight 1. 1 or a 2. Now, there has been some, I guess, good things. I think I've heard a lot of people say this. Personally, it hasn't been bad, but for the world, it's been horrible.
Yeah.
Personally, for a lot of people, it's been at least okay. And that's probably the biggest positive. And that should not be a positive at all.
Because there's with what you said with personal and it's good. It was okay it was sort of meh for the personal because you definitely during the quarantine you definitely got to know yourself better. Yeah. And also you get to talk to your friends and learn more about them instead of just hanging out a bit at recess or maybe hanging out with your mates at home or whatever
But honestly, it's just been a crap year.
Yep, but here's to 2021, which is still 6 months away. But
yeah, we're only halfway through. I think I've heard a lot of people as well say there's got to be something really, 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 really good that comes out at the end.
Or a comet.
A comet. No, a comet comes. Maybe a comet comes and it delivers enough water and food, and it solves world hunger. Imagine that.
Yep, that'd be great.
That would be. There's just gotta hope something good comes out of something.
Yep.
Positive happens.
Something always really good happens. There's at least one thing really good that happens each year.
Hopefully, it's gotta be massive to make up for it.
Yep.
Huge.
Might not be able to make up for it, but it'll definitely be able to make.
We just need something to send a year off on a good note.
Say I'm glad you're over.
Maybe we have the greatest Christmas of all time or something.
Yes. We have a yeah.
It's just been a crap year. Alright.
It's back.
Yeah. Last topic for the day. Rory, here's your chance to rest your voice. AFL Restart, the Australian Football League, has decided to make a comeback, and there was a game with fans. You heard that right. There was a game with fans.
Whoa.
It was so it started on Thursday night with my team Collingwood going up against Richmond, and we choked and we tied.
Yep.
That was disappointing. Waited all this time just to see us choke. But apart from that, all the games have actually been decent. Geelong Hawthorn was good for about the start, and then it turned to a belting. Brisbane Fremantle, haven't seen much about it, but it looks like a decent game. It was like 20 points. Carlton Melbourne looks like I didn't watch any of today's games, but I followed the score. Melbourne were like killing them, but like I think it was a 42-point lead, and then they tied it right at the end, and then Melbourne got a point, so they won that game by a point, which is probably what Collingwood should have done against Richmond.
Really?
They didn't.
Whoa.
Port Adelaide completely demolished Adelaide, and Gold Coast, of all teams, demolished West Coast. So, I don't know, the restart's sort of been refreshing. Like, really, really refreshing.
It makes you feel a bit more normal again.
Yeah, it makes it feel normal knowing that, like, this time of year we got footy. It's been, especially to see live sports, for me as a sports fan, has been really good.
They even added
even like without crowds,
screams.
Yeah, they added crowd noises. But I think the Port Adelaide and Adelaide game had a very small crowd, but they did let a crowd in. Hang on, I'll look it up. Port Adelaide versus Adelaide crowd. Yeah. Was there a crowd? I think I'm pretty sure they got the all clear, and they did have a very small. But honestly, it's been really refreshing to have live sports, and I'm happy.
Yeah, I haven't had one of those things yet because I don't watch sports or anything. Honestly, the most refreshing thing for me was just seeing my friend Will again. That was
seeing all the boys again. Really.
Yep. Oh, sorry, I forgot we had school. That's right. Sorry.
That and footy this week really has actually been pretty good.
Yeah.
It's been really refreshing to see like go back to school and have like that be normal, and then have like footy come back. It's starting to feel like a normal Australian life again.
Thank you, everyone, for staying indoors during quarantine to not make it worse.
And now can we not literally undo it, please?
Yep.
I don't want to go back inside.
Yep.
That's probably it for the podcast, really.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, thanks Rory for coming along and pretty much substituting for the other boys.
Everyone, all four of them.
all three of the other guys.
Safe to say that I think we made up for it with the longer one.
This is a pretty long episode. I fully went into it expecting, because like we didn't really have much topics as well compared to last week, that this would be like half an hour, 20 minutes. Nope, it's an hour long.
Just because the top 5. If we literally got rid of the whole top 5 part,
combo,
this would be...
Yeah. At least it'll be good. Like if you really don't, if you just want to go hear us blitz through a bunch of combos, you can just listen to the whole second half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks heaps for listening, guys. Thanks heaps for Rory to come along. You'll probably end up. Honestly, I'll probably try bring you along with all the others, and we'll actually have 5 people. It will be an actual penta.
And thank you for inviting me, Caleb.
Cool. Now I gotta. It's currently nearly 1 o'clock in the morning. We're recording this, and now I've gotta edit for probably about 2 hours and get all the.
And I will keep you company.
Yay! All right. Thanks for listening, guys, or watching. If you're on YouTube, check out the Spotify. If you're on Spotify, check out the YouTube.
And also subscribe and follow. Follow if you're on Spotify.
Subscribe
on YouTube and like. And share with your friends.
Yes, spread the podcast if you do enjoy it. Alright, that's enough
Spread it like the
self-promotion, guys.
coronavirus.
Bye.
Don't actually spread the coronavirus. Bye.